weight loss, it's one of the many ways to fight osteoarthritis pain. For more information on managing pain, go to fightarthritispain.org.
And welcome back to Road to Recovery, the show that offers hope and help and wholeness and healing to those who are struggling with the process of addiction. Wherever you are on this journey, we're here to encourage you that there are folks who are right here in our community, and they want to provide support and encouragement and direction and guidance and help as you continue down this path. Or maybe you've got a family member or friend or coworker or neighbor who is going through this struggle. There are people right here in Fairfield County who want to help, and we consider it a privilege to do that. Some of those people are at the Recovery Center, 201 South Columbus Street in downtown Lancaster. They can be reached 740-687-4500. I'm your co-host for Road to Recovery, Steve Rao, and the other co-host is the Executive Director of the Recovery Center, Tricia Saunders. Welcome back to Road to Recovery.
Thank you, Steve. How are you doing?
Wonderful.
Good.
It has been a good day, and we'll continue to get better because we have the privilege of talking to people who really are passionate, yes. Not just aware or it's a neat idea. They're passionate about helping those with addiction.
That's right, and this is a very special interview for me because I started my position as CEO at the Recovery Center several years ago, and we lost 35% of our funding at a time when we had an overwhelming amount of people needing treatment, and I was feeling very hopeless. And I spent some time talking to God about this and asking for help, and
yeah.
And God provided.
He did.
Yes.
It's like a perfect storm. The need goes up and the finances go down. It's a terrible situation to be in. What you really need is somebody to step up and provide some help.
Yes,
Let's face it. We talk to God about it, and it's a wise thing to do. But God usually uses people to help us with our challenges.
And at the time, I thought, who's going to want to step forward and help with addiction because there's so much stigma behind it.
Right. And who was that person in your life at that moment?
Well, I got a phone call from a man who said, "Hello, this is Ron Burris, and I would like to help." And,
outstanding.
Yes, and he is here with us today.
That is Ron Burris,
yes.
The chairman of Tour de Cause.
Right.
Welcome to Road to Recovery.
Well, thank you. Thank you. Glad to be here.
It's a privilege to have you here with us. Let's learn a little bit about Ron. Where are you from originally?
Actually born in Tennessee, Rockwood, Tennessee. Moved here in Lancaster. My parents moved here, of course, brought me with them.
That was very nice of them. Did they bring anybody else with them?
My brother.
Oh, your brother. Okay,
and
good.
2 dogs.
I see. How long ago was that?
Oh, man. I was 8 years old. So
8 years old, so about 20 years ago.
Yeah. You've already embarrassed me with my age.
Oh, sorry about
that. But, yeah, so I pretty much grew up here in Lancaster, yeah.
Very good. And where do you work?
Actually, my paid job is Diamond Power. I'm a division manager there. So,
okay.
Been there for many years. Actually, we were part of Diamond Electronics when we were out on Coon Path Road. So Diamond Power purchased us about 11 years ago, moved us out with them out on Main Street.
Yeah, very good.
Yeah. Diamond Power has been very generous, too, with their time with Ron and doing good things for the community. So we're very grateful for Diamond Power also.
They're a big supporter of the community and allow me to do things like this on company time. So it's kind of nice.
It is a partnership, isn't it, Tricia?
Yes.
Everybody has to get involved, and it's the one message we like to send on this program is that there are people here in our community who aren't going to ostracize you or talk down to you or reject you. They're here to embrace you and your loved ones and your family because we understand that we've got a better community if we all pull together.
Exactly.
Everybody's been touched in one way, shape, or form by this struggle of addiction. Has that happened in the Burris family as well?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, it's like, I look at it as like cancer. I mean, if you live long enough, you will be affected by cancer.
Yep.
And drug addiction is right there. You can have family members, you can have your own children, you can have brother, sister. You will be affected.
Yeah.
They're saying that if you have a family with 4 kids, chances are one of those 4 will have some type of addiction before they reach an adulthood. So yes, it does. It affects everyone.
Yeah. Very good. Why did you make that phone call to Tricia Saunders,
Well,
other than just making her day that particular day?
Well, actually, it's kind of an interesting story. When we started the Tour de Cause out, we had no concept of where it was going to go and where it was going to end up. Basically, a few of my friends got together, and we wanted to put a bike tour together in Fairfield County and go through Lancaster, because at that point in time we had no rides that come through Lancaster, Fairfield County.
Yeah.
Well, I'm a very avid cyclist. I ride. Last year I rode close to 4,000 miles on a bike. So a few other people got together and said, let's put together a ride. And when we did that, we thinking, well, we're probably going to raise a few $100s.
Sure.
What are we going to do with the money? So at the same time, I was on the opiate task force, which was just getting started and getting kicked off. And,
Sure.
And it just kept in the back of my mind. It kept saying, I need to get him more involved. Use some of the resources I have to pull this together and maybe give some money back to an organization that would help in the addiction. Talked to Orman Hall many times. What can we do with this? And of course, then the Recovery Center name popped up, and I chatted with a few people that we pulled together, and they said, "Yeah, that sounds like a pretty good route to go." And
Yeah.
The few $100 we raise
Right.
would be a good avenue to put into the Recovery Center.
Sure.
So we started that first year, and we had a goal of $5,000.
Okay, what year was that?
That was 2011.
2011. Okay.
See, it seems like a lot longer.
Right.
And we had a goal of $5,000, and ended up raising $42,000, $43,000.
Wow.
The first year.
Ron Burris is an overachiever. Yeah.
I'm so glad.
So,
Yeah, no kidding.
When I walked into Tricia's office, I said, "We're going to put a bike tour together, and we're going to raise some money, and we'd like to be the recipient of that money, whatever we raise." Of course, we're nonprofit working in partnership with the Recovery Center,
Right.
and so 100% of the money we raise goes to the cause.
Yeah.
And so here we are. We're kicking off our fourth year this coming summer, and we've already raised. We've donated $154,000 to the Recovery Center in
Wow.
3 years.
Wow.
And the complete money that we have raised, including in-kind donation, is close to $250,000.
Yeah.
Isn't that
So-
incredible?
It is.
Yeah, so
Community people.
it completely blows my mind.
Yeah.
Why, how, it was like the perfect storm you were talking about.
Yeah.
We picked a cause that was in the media's eye. We picked a cause that everybody understood.
Sure.
I mean, we could have picked homeless shelter. We could have picked United Way.
Sure.
We could have picked. There's hundreds.
Yes.
Of avenues out there where we could have gave money. And I think part of our success was this community realizes we have a serious problem.
Right.
And we were a source where they could feed money into to help relieve that issue.
I really think that is where the power is. First of all, again, partnership, collaborative effort.
Right.
Get the word out that there's a significant problem.
Right.
But after you've gotten that word out, somebody wants somebody to do something about it.
Yeah.
You had a significant problem. High client rate, low finances. So instead of just lamenting that, somebody's got to do something about it. And that somebody, for this particular cause, instead of the Tour de France, it's
Yeah.
the Tour de Cause. And you stepped up and said, let's do something about it, set the bar low, and were able to achieve a much greater than maybe what you even thought could possibly happen, because you were willing to say, instead of lamenting it, let's do something about it, and you're certainly to be commended for doing that.
Well, it's just not me. Tricia sits on our board with us. We have an 18-person board which we developed, and it is such a great community, people coming together and working on this, and our partnership with the Recovery Center. The ideal and the concept is people sitting around the room and coming up with this.
Sure.
But the partnership with the Recovery Center has been unbelievable. With what they give back to help us put this on.
Yeah.
So I couldn't ask for any better of a partnership with working with Tricia.
Yeah.
And it's a lot of work. but it's a lot of fun.
It certainly is. Actually, I had the privilege of riding in it before. I took the shortest route. I had someone else to do that day, and I wanted to be able to move after that. So I took the short route. It was 12 miles or something like that. And that was a lot of fun. And I look forward to participating again. You had to feel really good, thinking, well, we might get $5,000 or maybe $7,000, and then to get a check, and then to have that continuing to come at that rate.
It's been phenomenal, and I have to say the team of people that put it on are the most positive. It's the most positive team I've ever been involved with. Just so much positive energy, and Chris Burris, the wife of Ron, is right behind him, and always being supportive and doing great things. So we're so grateful, and I think it's important to mention that these dollars go a long way. They support prevention programming in all of our school districts in Fairfield County for all of our youth, as well as some dollars to help people get better. So.
Sure. What a great use of the funds as well. Again, prevention, trying to avoid having a problem, and then to certainly help those who've already had this struggle. What is your hope for the future of Tour de Cause?
Well, my long-term goal, and if you look back, and maybe this is not a real good comparison right now with Lance Armstrong, but
right.
But Livestrong started with an idea.
Yeah.
And if you look what Livestrong has done for cancer, and millions of billions of dollars raised under Livestrong, I'm not here saying that we would ever get to that level, but my dream would be to get to a level where we could help fund or help build an inpatient facility. Okay, the Pearl House is the first step.
Sure.
But we need an inpatient facility that we can bring individuals and they could get treated, while being served in a facility. So that would be my big goal. It's going to take a lot more than what we're doing today to get there.
Sure.
But I guess you got to have a goal, and that would be one of mine.
What do you think about that goal, Tricia?
I think that's phenomenal. And when Ron Burris says he's going to do something,
it's going to happen.
Yeah,
it takes time, it takes effort, it takes people, and you're to be commended for that. We're about out of time. If folks would like to get a hold of Tour de Cause, knowing when the dates, because it's usually in mid-July.
Yeah, mid-July every year.
Yeah. So, is there a contact phone number, website, that kind of thing?
We've got an easy website to remember. It's www.tourdecause.org. You can sign up, you can donate, you can check out previous years. Actually, our website's going under new development, because not only do we grow every year, but we have to keep up with what's going on. And so our website's is going to be a new look this year compared to last year. So we're continuing to make changes as we go. But tourdecause.org is the best way. You can send messages on there, donate. You can do anything, join up the ride. So, that'd be the first avenue.
And I think we got to mention that for those of us who don't necessarily ride bikes, we do have a dinner, kickoff party the night before with music and great food and a lot of fun.
Have a live band. Bad Influence.
Yes.
Has been our sponsored band for the last 2 years, and they've signed up to do again in 2013.
Outstanding.
I keep telling them they got to change their name.
Right.
Yeah.
So
good influence.
Consider what we're doing, and they show up named Bad.
Exactly.
But Bob Capetti and the crew does a great job, and it's a partnership that we build with this community.
Yeah.
It's so awesome to see so many people. Like I said, in the beginning, who's going to want to help us? But so many people have wanted to be a part of this.
Right.
It takes leadership. It takes somebody who has the passion, the drive, the desire to hit the road running, pardon the pun. Yeah. And that person is Ron Burris. So thank you for your vision, your willingness, the amount of time, effort, and energy you give to trying to make Lancaster and Fairfield County a better place, especially for those who are struggling. Keep up the good work.
Well, thank you. Thank you.
By the way, I did ride 4,000 miles last year as well on a Goldwing. A Honda Goldwing is a 1,500. It's a really nice motorcycle. You were talking bicycle, weren't you?
Yeah, mine don't have a motor.
No motor on yours. All right. Thank you for joining us for Road to Recovery. Talking with Ron Burris. He's the chairman of Tour de Cause. You can get more information by going to their website, tourdecause.org. Join us next week at this exact same time as we'll talk to another individual who continues to support those who are struggling with addiction on the road to recovery.
Severe weather can destroy a home in seconds. There's no time to think, only time to act. Have a kit so you're ready for any emergency. Develop a plan for what you and your family will do before disaster strikes, and stay informed during severe weather any way you can. It can be the difference between losing your possessions and losing your life. Just ask the owners of this house. Visit ready.gov for ways to prepare your family for emergencies.